Polar bear. My heart and head hurt, like someone has tipped me back, poured paprika behind my eyes, cut open my chest on the left-hand side, rubbed my heart with shark's teeth and salt. I'm enjoying the experience of seeing you, my first ever polar bear. But I shouldn't be, because you shouldn't be here. To see your old, immaculate body on a grimy concrete floor of an undersized enclosure is immoral. All of your attention is focused on crunching a small, unidentifiable bone and retrieving small pieces that fall from your jaws. There's nothing else for you to do with those curved claws made for travel over ice and snow, made to grip prey securely, like you gripped that drunk man's hand a few years ago when he taunted you with biscuits and a vodka bottle. I wonder what you do when it snows, when the cold ices up the iron bars and the skinned meat is frozen before you get to it. Do your natural instincts kick in? Do you scour your water pit for seals? I don't know your history at all. Were you born tiny, blind and toothless into a snow den? Where did you breathe first? Svalbard, Greenland, Canada? What happened to your brother, sister, mother? Did they stay in the place where bear comes before man? When you pause what you are doing and your dark eyes pick out mine, I know when the snow falls, you turn and walk back through the shadowy gap in the wall. You ought to be moving forward, north, mouth and neck stained with blood, rich seal blubber warm in your belly, the aurora borealis at your back. Cheers. Chris said not to explain anything tonight, but I feel I have to with this poem. All the stuff I'm doing tonight is like connected in some way to my tattoos, and this one is one of the most recent ones just here. It's called Vegnasia, and it's like a Viking kind of like protection symbol that they use to kind of help them on their journeys to ensure they went the right way and all that stuff. I've got it over my heart because it's like a really important thing for me. So that's a little bit of explanation. Otherwise you'd be like, what the hell does that mean? Like when I said the title. So yeah, Vegnasia. The map of my escape is scrawled on the palm of my hand in blue biro. I just need to find where it begins and ends, so you can dress me in flowers and soil. But you grab my arm and I'm locked, where I can feel your heart throbbing. You spit on my palm and scrub it with tissue. You try and explain, in a way I'll understand, that comings and goings of emotions are like caribou, that they have their roots and ways, that I need to trust myself like these animals do. You say even caribou must rest, but rest doesn't mean time is up, but that I am better preparing myself for the journey, letting my body regain its strength. You say preparation and patience will assist when I'm there on the upper reaches of the next mountain, where danger of falling is rife, where air is thinner and harder to accept, where rocks can be rotten, verges lost in moments. You say, in these high places, I will find my way through rough weather, even if the way is not known. Cheers.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Cool. Does anyone else want to hear some more?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're a bit shit if they went, no.
That's reality.
You're a bastard.
Hey, why not here, though?
Maintaining support. 11 years ago, I was surrounded by madness. My heart had shrunk to half its original size, and death was in daily conversation as something that could actually happen. I hated everyone and didn't appreciate when you would bring me good tissues, fruit and fig rolls. I couldn't believe you didn't understand fig rolls were as dangerous as morning coffee biscuits. You didn't appreciate my reasoning for going vegetarian, but could read my daydreams. 3 years ago, I was prescribed antipsychotic medication, and you went with me at midnight on your birthday to pick up my prescription. It was October. It was cold. I was scared. I didn't think for a second you would be too. In the car, while I swallowed my pills and cried, you calmly started the car and we drove home, Radio 2 murmuring on the stereo. Yesterday, you said you could feel my ribs again, and I didn't believe you. But I have a wound that isn't healing, and that can only mean one thing. I need to listen, because your guidance has been with me since the beginning. Cheers. As you can tell, I have a little bit of an obsession with the North. It's been obvious, but I do. If you love me. I dreamt of Norway again last night and woke up screaming because I realised that I'm not as far north as I need to be. If you love me, you must love the north. You must crave long winters, heavy with isolation. You must love trees more than your birth mother, and the thought of dying in a snowstorm must be your ideal end. You must love hard frosts and warm handshakes, and realise the importance of notebooks. You must love deep silence, for there will be a lot of that. You must be okay with drinking out-of-date orange juice and eating carrots that taste nothing like carrots. You must not abuse the use of vanilla essence and be prepared to wait a week or more for a bus. You must put your full trust in nature and be careful with your consumption of alcohol. Lose your fear of the dark now, because the north is dark. Winter leaves slowly, small bit by small bit. There are no straight lines in the north. Everything is in and out of sight in seconds. Carry your stories close, for you will need them, and build several windows to each room. Have lots of lamps, bookcases filled with maps and candles, lots of candles. Have full respect for the land, for here, nature has the upper hand, and don't be afraid to stop and rest. For in the north, rest is for the strong. Weak are those who keep going and are forever lost in the storm. Thank you.
Just basically another version of me. It's very childlike, usually sets out to annoy.
I'm Sylvian Brumac, I'm a performance poet.